Bron Breaker. He can't catch a break, man. Doesn't matter what he does. Seem like Bron Breaker has a curious case here. You got a lot of mixed feelings going on. You got a lot of people saying Bron Breaker's probably buried. You know, people like throw buried around a lot through everything they don't like. And they like to throw jobber around. Is Bron Breaker about to be a jobber now? You know, then you got some people saying, hey, this doesn't even hurt the guy. They don't do nothing. And I'm going to agree with the people saying this doesn't hurt the guy only on one occasion. If this means Bron Breaker is about to start a era where he is, and what I mean by an era, let's think of Triple H Reign of Terror. Let's think of TNA's Jeff Jarrett Reign of Terror, right? They were champion multiple times during a span of 3 to 4 years, or however long their reign lasted. They were champions in between. In between, people got buried, but in between, some people made it, right? So I only agree with this doesn't hurt Bron Breaker if that thing is about to happen. He's going to get the title back multiple times. And in a process, other people is getting over with him. So Jey Uso could be a situation he's getting over with Bron Breaker. Because Jey Uso winning is not even a problem. He needed to win a championship. Not the fact he really needed a championship, but he really need to lose another big one is the problem. See, Triple H kind of booked himself in a position with Bron Breaker and Jey Uso. He booked himself in a thing where this was kind of, it could have been taken as a lose-lose because you got people having mixed feelings about Bron Breaker's loss, right? A lot of people feel like, damn, second title defense, he already lost? So you got that going on. But then, let's say Bron Breaker would have won. Damn, Jey Uso loses the big one again? So that's what I'm saying. He kind of booked himself in a position where criticism was bound to happen on some level. Now, is there ways to fix this? Of course it is. I don't think Bron, like I said, I agree with the people saying Bron Breaker's not hurt. Only if Bron Breaker is about to start an era. That's it. We don't need long title runs. And by the way, Jey Uso is not going to be a champion for a very long time. He don't need to be. If anything, Jey Uso, Bron Breaker, I think Bronson Reed after his feud with Braun Strowman, those three guys should be multiple time Intercontinental champions within this little era. Why not? You can add other people. I think Chad Gable needs to get a championship. He's been doing a hell of a great job. He needs to get paid off with something. I say Uncle Howdy gets the damn Intercontinental title. Why not? Honestly, why not? That's a nice little section of people right there. Why not? Otis gets the championship. He's another one that does a lot of exceptional good work. Why not people get rewarded? That doesn't mean Otis got to be multiple time champ. That only means Chad Gable got to be multiple time champ. But Bron Breaker and Jey Uso, I think those guys should be at least 3 to 4 time, champion until it's time for them to move up to the main event. So let's give them now until next year's summer to really build and do this little era thing. Hot potato, the Intercontinental Championship, because we haven't seen that in a long time. The kind of hot potato thing where it makes sense. Everybody's going to benefit from it. So yeah, eras always have helped people. Stone Cold era put over a lot of different people. Mick Foley, The Rock, Triple H, Undertaker, Kane, a lot of different people. You know what I'm saying? Eras are more impactful than long runs. John Cena has eras. That's why his shit is so much more impactful. You know what I'm saying? Long runs aren't forgotten if they were good. Don't get me wrong. But that's what I said. If they were good, sometimes long runs could be, okay, it was a long run, but nobody remembers that shit or want to remember that shit. It was a very bad time. You get what I'm saying? Eras are way more effective. Randy Orton had eras. That's why he's a 15, 14-time world champ. He had eras. Eras are more impactful. But Bron Breaker, and this goes to Gunther as well. Now, these two guys, this is just a theory. These two guys were a part of the last Vince McMahon guys, along with Austin Theory. We seen Austin Theory is already X'd off the list. because he was the first victim of this years ago, cashing in, not only belittling the Money in the Bank by cashing in on a mid-card championship. It would have helped Austin Theory's case if you would have said, all right, for the first time ever, the Money in the Bank briefcase can actually go for any title, including the United States Championship, the Intercontinental Championship, the NXT Championship. If you would have said that, nobody would have felt like, what? Why is he cashing in on the United States title? This what you did even worse to put the nail in the coffin. He loses his cash in for a mid-card title. Just for him to win it back, what, 2 months after that, I think? Try to do damage control, didn't work. Way too late. Now look at Austin Theory. He's way at the bottom of the card and a meaningless build-up with Grayson Waller that nobody's even paying attention to or care for. At one point in time, Austin Theory, we all thought was going to be the next Randy Orton. Everybody's comparing to John Cena. He looks and feel like more of a Randy Orton than John Cena to me. But then to spite everybody and just kind of be like, oh, you guys think he's on a John Cena level? We're going to put him against John Cena in a meaningless feud, or a very memberless feud, a under-delivered match. And guess what? We're going to prove to you guys he's really not that great because he's a Vince McMahon guy. That's just my theory. Now let's go back to Gunther and Bron Breaker. Both of these guys have one guy in particular that put his foot out while they was running to the top. He put his foot out and they tripped and bust their nose, and they never looked the same since. Gunther, the ring general. That guy loses to Sami Zayn. Clean. No roll-ups, no bullshit. It didn't take. Now, a lot of people argue, oh, it took that damn brainbuster thing. You could argue that was a lot of impact, but like, why was Sami Zayn, for me personally, why Sami Zayn wasn't in the World Championship title run if he had a match with Roman not too, like a year before that? He almost beat Roman. Why he's not in the world title picture? But okay, why is it him beating a monstrous beast like Gunther, but then you had Gunther be compared to Brock Lesnar? You know who was comparing him to Brock Lesnar, or even teasing that disbelief, even if you don't think he is? That was Vince McMahon. Triple H was like, nah, I don't think you is on Brock Lesnar level. Whether he liked Brock Lesnar or not doesn't matter. I think that was just a part of my theory that I think he had to cool Gunther down a little bit. Now, is Gunther reaping the benefits or reaping a very bad position? No. Losing to Sami Zayn doesn't hurt him bad as Bron Breaker losing to Sami Zayn. But stay on Gunther real quick. Gunther's the world champ. And now you're trying to convince us that Sami Zayn can't beat Gunther now? That's where it's kind of backwards. Let's say if this was the first time they fought, now it's for the world title. Let's say if he would have beat Sami Zayn and instead he would have lost to Jey Uso. If Gunther would have lost to Jey Uso instead, or he would have lost to a Bron Breaker instead, somebody that was either a massive big star on a big come up, which was Jey Uso, he was extremely over after the bloodline shit, right? Then, or Bron Breaker that just, as soon as you seen this guy, he just oozed charisma. He just oozed he just demands attention in the ring, in the room, right? He just feels like one of those guys. That's how he was feeling when he first showed up. But then you have him lose to Sami Zayn clean. Now, not saying Sami Zayn can't beat nobody, but it was how Bron Breakker lost. I really wasn't tripping about Bron Breakker losing. It's how he lost. Sometimes how you lose is worse than losing. He lost with one haluva kick. Now let's fast forward. Leuven Kaiser kicked out of a haluva kick. It took 2 of them. Or am I tripping? I don't know. But Bron Breakker can't kick out. Why did it take 3 haluva kicks to beat this dude? It took 1. Just for him to get the title back not too long, doing damage control again. Ain't that a pattern a little bit? Just for him to do damage control again. Now, he don't even get more than 3 title defenses in. The second title defense, he loses to Jey Uso clean. Didn't even make it to Bad Blood at least. When it should have just made it on Bad Blood. I don't see why not. I think the loss would have been more credible if you would have lost at a pay-per-view that you're doing a callback to a classic. Why not make it massive? Maybe too many Raw matches? So what? There's already enough of them. What? Finn Balor, Damian Priest, Liv Morgan, Rhea Ripley, CM Punk, Drew. I think it's nothing but Raw matches, really, except the damn tag team match with Roman Cody in the Bloodline 2.0. I don't remember. I don't even know the full card at this point. I don't think it's officially done. But my point is that, though, why that wasn't added on there. Another side note, why wasn't Bronson Reed and Braun Strowman wasn't added on there? I don't understand what's going on. As far as that goes, that would have been a much bigger moment, a much bigger platform to lose and celebrate Jey Uso finally winning the big one. I just think that would have been better. But let's get back to even Gunther real quick, where this is another pattern of behavior in this situation that is kind of familiar. He wins the world title after losing to Sami Zayn, but you was comparing him to Brock Lesnar. You killed that Brock Lesnar idea already. Nobody's going to believe that. Nobody's going to believe Gunther versus Brock Lesnar right now. That's over. That's why I said in that video, go check it out. Gunther has JBL vibes, which is not a problem, but it's not Brock Lesnar vibes that Vince McMahon was going for. You get what I'm saying? Vince McMahon was trying to get the next generation geared up. That's why he did that little teaser with Gunther and Brock Lesnar, right? But isn't it funny? After he loses, months down the line, Gunther's the world champ. Damage control. Isn't that funny that all three of them had some damage control situation? And that's like I said with Gunther and Sami Zayn, you want us to believe Gunther can't be beaten by this guy now? I don't know. It's just kind of weird. It doesn't really make sense. But to Bron Breaker, I don't know. This doesn't really hurt him if they do that thing that I said earlier. I'm not going to repeat it again. But Bron Breaker, he's in a very fishy situation a little bit. I hope this isn't a call back to the Steiners versus Triple H bullshit. I hope it's not. But it is what it is right now. What do you guys think it is? Those were just my theories. Sometimes I add up different things that may not add up to what you want to think it is. Like, share, subscribe, dislike, all the good shit. We out.